Hello.
Welcome back to one of our videos. Today's video is watched in September. We also started watching some things because we were already recording this in October, but it will have to wait. And one of them is Alice in Borderland, which will be like a follow-up from one of the things that we watched this month. It was recommended to us to watch Alice in Borderland. If we enjoyed that series, we're going to be talking about, which everyone has been talking about. So we're going to talk about every series and movies that we watched this month. Some of them Flash you watched with me, other I just watched alone, some he watched alone. So we'll start with La Casa Papel, but I can't believe
It's just Money Heist in English.
Yeah, Money Heist. I can't believe it was actually in September when I watched this. I kind of hated it, to be fair. I just don't think it makes much sense what they're doing. It's just trying to have violence, I think, in a way. I don't know how it's going to end in December, which is the last bit of this season. It don't make much sense, but it's okay. I'll just carry on watching because it's just the last season. I don't like that the fact that it's always just violence. It doesn't seem to have a plot at this point. It's just shooting guns at each other, and I don't know. I don't think they.
And a few flashbacks from the past.
I don't think the characters have been very much developed, and I don't think it was the best season.
I watched a bit, and it just seemed like they were trying to make you feel sad about the characters that they were killing, because they were showing these flashbacks from their past, and then you could see them like, oh, I'm dying.
But it doesn't make sense. Look. I'm sorry if it's spoiler or not. It's not really a spoiler. But one of them gets caught by the police, right? So they all go and do another heist to get that person back. Meanwhile, already 4 or 5 people have died so far. You should have just left that boy alone. He could die alone. Now 4 people have died, I think, so far. From the group, obviously, there are more people that died, like military and stuff. But it's just like, for one person, probably like 20 people have died so far. Like, does it make sense? Does it make sense? I don't think it makes sense. They should have just left him to die, I think. That's all. The next one is Sex Education.
The new season?
Yeah, the new season, of course. Which you watched some with me?
Most of them, I think. I think I only missed like 2 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. It was very good. I'm enjoying this season, and I think it's the best one so far, which is not usual because it tends to go lower and lower in quality as the seasons progress in many shows. So I think this season is very good. You see a bit more character development from many characters, but I'm so upset at Eric. Yes, Eric. I think he's being such an asshole, and if he's polyamorous, that's fine, but he should talk to about that to his boyfriends, because he's just cheating on people left, right, and center, and it's just not fair. It's just not fair for those people, so I'm kind of upset at him because he's a nice character, but the fact that he's been doing this twice in a matter of 2 seasons, like each new season he cheats on somebody new. I just don't think that is a good look on him. Any thoughts as well on the new season?
They were all very mature, which was surprising. Especially Otis and all that.
Yeah,
Otis, I think. He was like...
he's... Oh!
Yeah, but it was a good season. I liked it. I hadn't watched the other ones.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Do you support Otis and Maeve or Otis and Ruby?
Otis and Ruby.
You think? Why?
Because she opened up to him and it seemed like they could just form a really deep relationship.
I think, to be fair, he would be okay with any of them. But I don't know. I think Maeve kind of needs to be by herself and do her own thing. And because she literally left for America in the last episode. I think they should just be each like on their own thing, and maybe Otis and Ruby will be getting a bit close in the next season. I'm not sure. I think Maeve would be great by herself.
I really like.
I think
Ruby.
it's a chapter that she needs to be like single to focus on herself, because she hasn't had time to focus on herself ever since she was born, because she was mom to her sister because her mom
that was
is
cool.
a crackhead.
When they finally made, peace, mom and Maeve, that was cool. I really liked Ruby. In the beginning, she wasn't caring about Otis, but then she started liking him. So I think I really liked her because of that. And I like the fact that they ended fascism in the school. That was great. I like that message.
But they also make you care about this new head teacher, something like that, because she's also going through fertilization problems and trying to get pregnant. So it makes you look like sometimes people are assholes, but they also have stuff going on in their life, which doesn't explain, like, they don't have to be assholes just because something's bad happening in their life.
Doesn't make up for that.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse anything. But I think it's nice to see all those perspectives. And we also don't know who's the father to the Otis sister, which I forgot the name.
Yeah.
So we're going to see that in the next season. It's probably going to take a year to come out. So by then I'll just kind of forget everything that happened. And I'll have to watch a review video. Okay. The next one is the Squid Game. Technically, I suppose. In the list it is. But it's not chronological order, because we just finished watching it 2 days ago or something. Everyone's been talking about it. There's no point in talking about it because everybody just knows what it is. I think it's good, but I don't know if it's all that,
If it's the hype.
I don't think it's that good. Like, it's good, but it's not that good.
It's worth watching, I think.
I think don't go with big expectations, because you'll be thinking, like, it's much better than it turns out to be. Like, it's good, but it's just not amazing, But I think it's the case with most series anyways. It's not something you've never seen before. It's... Actually, I watched this video. It's about a book which came out in the late 90s, called Battle Royale. So that kind of inspired a lot of these death games that we know, like Hunger Games and Squid Game and Alice in Borderland.
Fortnite.
I'm talking about the movies. and Saw, which is like the Mortal games. So there's all of that is like kind of inspired in that book called Battle Royale. So if you like Squid Game, and obviously I'm sure you know Hunger Games, then you can watch Alice in Borderland. We started watching that. We're on the second episode, I think. So far, so good. I do think, to be fair, we'll talk about this further in October, but I think the characters are kind of dumb, because they could finish the games in a faster and less dangerous way, and they just choose to take their sweet time with stuff. But I guess it's just to make it more interesting, because you're like, oh my god, they're almost gonna die, but they don't. But we're going to carry on watching, and then we're going to give the full review of the full season. I think Squid Games is good.
Just don't make a big thing out of it like they did with Half-Life 3, because then there was no Half-Life 3, because the producers were afraid.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if there's going to be a second season. It's not confirmed yet.
Same reason.
And I think I liked the plot and all that, but it just kind of makes you think if... I don't know.
I like especially the theme.
If the story makes sense, I don't know.
I especially like the theme, the rooms that they had, the scenery.
It's just very weird, because technically, like, these games, they happen all throughout the world. It's not just in Korea.
All right. Interesting.
So there's that. So there's a lot of games, so they can carry on with many seasons on many different countries. So Netflix, if they have the money, they can do that. But I'm just curious about how technically this is in our reality and this is just happening under everyone's noses. Nobody notices all of these people are dead and gone.
I think the funniest game would be the captain game, where someone puts the hand and the other one has to hit.
In Portugal?
Yeah, imagine that. And then the person would die. The one who missed.
Oh yeah.
If he missed the hand, he would
games.
just die.
If there was a Portuguese version, first Joe Berardo would have to be there because he owns money to everybody, especially the government. And I think you could like hide and seek.
Probably
it's very. I think it's worldwide. Actually.
Yeah, that's worldwide.
That the first game in Squid Game is worldwide as well. Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah. Do you want to try another one?
Yeah, let's carry on. The next one is, I have to say, I know I've said that I'm watching C, but guys, it's getting weirder and weirder.
Incest.
Yeah, I don't want to go into details because you might want to watch it. But the fact there's so much incest going on these past episodes, it's kind of cringy.
They make it on purpose so that you feel uncomfortable.
It is very uncomfortable, and it's kind of like they gave it too much detail. I'll just rather just know it happened, but I don't have to see it. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. I wish I was blind. Yeah, if you want to watch C, I've talked about C way too many times. But I don't see anyone talking about C. I don't know why, because it's really good. It's on Apple TV or whatever private website. And it's about the blind people. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic world where everybody's blind, but there's people that see. And now there's incest going on. So Sweet Home Alabama. And you have to watch it. And it's kind of uncomfortable, but it's good series. Good soup. Next one is The Thing, which Flashy will talk about because I didn't watch that.
I really liked them. So The Thing is an old movie from the 80s. I think we'll put an image. Perhaps that one is probably the best. There are 3 movies. That one is probably the best. It's really cool. It's supposed to be horror, but because it's aliens, it's not scary. And it's in the Antarctic, and there's this alien that becomes the imposter from Among Us. What they explain is that every single cell of that alien is a living thing. So the cells consume any being's cells, could be any animal or person, and they copy it, they imitate it, but it's you are no longer that person. You are now like an alien, and it really
just like a host body.
Yeah, exactly, like a host body when you don't even know it. So there's this really intense feeling of uncertainty between the crew because they don't know themselves whether they are a monster or not.
So they
because
carry
it's
on
every single cell.
They carry on like being themselves in a way, right?
Yeah, well, until they just transform into this creature that tries to eat the other ones.
So it kind of stays there,
yeah.
like
all it needs, it's like a single cell to touch yours that it will like replace your cells.
Well, then everybody
but it will camouflage.
dead.
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil, but in that movie, they don't let anyone live. Like the 2 last living ones, they just decide they better die there because if it goes to the world, it just dies. So that one was really good. I think it was my favorite. Then there's the new one, 2000 something. It's all right to watch once. I wouldn't watch it more than that. The good thing about it is that it's like a prequel, because in the first movie it starts in the American Antarctic base, but Norwegians were like trying to kill a dog in an helicopter. That's how it starts. They're like trying to kill a dog, and the Americans are like, "Why are you trying to kill a dog?" So it's the prequel. It's what happens in the Norwegian base. That's the only reason why it's good. I don't think the actors are good as well, but the story, and then I watched the original one where those movies were based off in the 50s, and oh boy, I really like that. I think you can really see how people lived in these times in the 50s, right after the Second World War. Sorry, it's not in the Antarctica. It's not in Antarctica anymore. It's in the Arctic, but it's really good. And I think the thing I liked the most was the camaraderie between the people. That I don't know if it was like that during those times. Obviously, there were many bad things. People were more sexist, more racist.
Racism.
Yeah, exactly. But the movie is really well done, and you can see camaraderie through in
Because
all
they're
the
all
actors.
white.
Yeah, it's true. But it was really nice, and you also get more information about the thing. So apparently, the thing it's kind of like a vegetable. They grow like vegetables. It's not like a living thing. It's really awesome. Obviously, the effects are kind of shit. Because it was just this person who looked like Frankenstein trying to attack them. But most of them survive, which is also good. So yeah, that was the thing. I would recommend watch the old one and watch the 1980s one. The new one, I think you could skip. If you really like it, just...
But a movie you cannot skip is Happy Feet 2. Yay! Yes, it's a kid's animation. But I'm sure a lot of people enjoy watching kids' animation. We've watched Happy Feet 1, which did we talk about it in the video?
Maybe we didn't.
I'm not sure. But it was really nice. It's very heartwarming. Just penguins living in Antarctica, right? Yeah, penguins are from Antarctica. And it talks about climate change and it talks a little bit about veganism, but just for a few seconds.
It talks about zoos in the first one.
Yeah, zoos in the first one. And it's just nice. And it just all ends well, you know. Sometimes you just need one of those.
Yeah. So
there's something bad happening in the middle, of course. And then everything gets solved at the end.
It also talks about the fact that people, like society rejecting the ones that are different in the first movie. The first one I think is the best one, but the second one it's a good follow-up. It's also really good and heartwarming. The second one talks about everyone gathering together, like different races, I would say, because it's different races of penguins and other animals. They help each other rather than just stay alone. It talks about also the problem with fishing in the first one, and the problem with trash in the oceans, because there's this penguin that got trapped and he could not breathe. It's just a lot, really. It's really good.
Yeah, it's nice. Very nice. And you also watched Suicide Squad, the first one?
Yeah, I think I prefer the second one. The first one.
I know in the other video I said the first one was better, but I also said typed on the screen after while I was editing that I think that the second one was actually better after I thought about it. When I started watching with Flashy, I was like, oh,
I remember.
I did not remember it to be this cringy. It's just really cringy. It's just really cringy. I watched it when I was 15. So I was like, haha, so nice. But it's not.
But now the bar is a lot higher.
It's not nice. It's actually pretty shit.
Yeah.
And you also watched the Suicide Squad animation movie, which is Hell to Pay.
Hell to Pay. You know what? I think the animations are well done, but because we watched Suicide Squad with real actors, I think I just prefer it that way. The story was okay-ish. I like that woman who controls
What is even
them.
on about?
It's about, well, she gathers a bunch of people again. That woman, the one that controls him, that
the
could
one that
explode
does
him.
the Viola Davis.
Yeah, and she wants this card that it's basically like the Monopoly card that you can get out of jail, but it's like get out of hell. So she wants that, but then someone else will get it. It can only be used once. It's the person that holds it when they die. They will skip hell and go straight to heaven. So it was okay-ish.
Okay.
There was another one.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah.
So the last one is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It ended. It's gone. I think it was nice, but to be fair, I think this season was just like a letdown from all the other seasons.
Mm-hmm.
They were just trying to wrap everything up in a nice little pretty present, and it just didn't feel like what it usually is.
Is it
Brooklyn
the last
Nine-Nine?
one?
Yeah, it was the last one.
Forever?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were just trying to
be very politically correct. I noticed. You said
yeah, but
with
it's
all
just,
the COVID. And...
It's because all of those things, like literally everyone hates police people now.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame them, because there was a woman that was killed last week.
I mean, yeah.
Here in the UK by a police officer. So I don't blame them, but it just feel like it was not funny anymore. It just felt really sad. And
Yeah.
it's a comedy show. I watched that to smile. I already depressed. I need something to put a smile on my face. It just made me feel more depressed. It was nice, I guess. Like if you're watching the show, just watch the whole thing and watch this last season. But it's not that good. Just letting you know. And what are we gonna watch in October? Tease the people. So we're gonna watch Alice in Borderland.
Mm-hmm.
You is coming out. I'm watching that because it's creepy and stupid. And it's just so stupid that it's actually funny. Because the things that they say in that show.
The things.
In case you don't know what You is about, is like a sociopath. Some people say he's a psychopath. As far as I know, I'm not a psychologist, but I think he's a sociopath. Because psychopaths are born like that. He clearly is a sociopath, from what I think, because he was just mistreated as a child and verbally and physically abused. And then he kidnaps his girlfriends and he kills them. And he's just a stalker and a creep. And the things that happen in that show are so weird. And he narrates the whole thing and he's so creepy. But yeah, I really like it. It's just so stupid. It's actually funny. There's also... Yeah, I think that's it. You is coming out. I'm not sure about anything else. I'm also going to watch a series that is Emmy nominee. I'm not sure if it won anything. But it's a comedy. And it's kind of... Oh, how do you say when you exaggerate things? Like to show a point. But yeah, if you remember, you tell me. But it's pretty much just exaggerating racist people and the things that they say, that like the micro aggression racist stuff that people say in every day, and then make it so
it's
obvious that people are like
being racist.
Yeah, and people
I
are like
that kind of thing.
Yeah, and people are like, oh my god, that's so racist. But then you think, oh my god, like we're actually like this. I think that's kind of what The Office did as well. Like it's so
I was
like sexist and racist, and you're like, oh my god, that's so stupid. But then you think like people are actually like this, you know? They're just
that's
not.
what I liked about the jokes.
They're just not so obvious about it, you know. But they are like this. So
Yeah.
I think that's good, and I'm going to watch it because it's Emmy nominee, and people say it's really good, so I'm gonna watch that. I'll put it on the screen because I forgot the name. Anything else you want to watch in October?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
That is fine. I don't know anything else, but we'll sure be watching something, so we'll talk about that in the next video. And meanwhile, we'll be posting more videos. We try to post every week, but we've been working 6 days a week, so sometimes it doesn't work out. But we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!